Romelu Lukaku, the saga moved on last night. The apology, did you see it?
Yes, I did, yeah. I saw the Thomas Tuchel interview before the apology. I saw him after the apology. And I think it's entirely right. I think he's handled it well.
Tuchel?
I think he's handled it well. I think he's sort of hit it right on the head, which is, as much as the media might like it to be a little bit more, it will be as we want it to be now. I think Lukaku did an interview. I mean, he's not going to write it in. Did an apology. He's not going to write it in blood, which to some people will be the only thing that they want to hear from him. I.e., the level of apology will never be enough. And it moves on now. He said what he said. It's stupid. He's had to have this ridiculous, embarrassing, cringe-worthy apology because he's put himself in that position. And if Tuchel's happy, I think for me, that should be the end of the matter. You're going to get some Chelsea fans in that don't like it, and they'll have something to say about it. But as soon as he scores goals, which he will do, everybody will forget about it.
Well, he's back in the squad tonight, Trevor. Embarrassing, cringe-worthy, was it? This was Lukaku saying sorry.
To the fans, I'm sorry for the upset that I caused. You guys know the connection that I have with this club since my teenage years, so I totally understand you guys being upset. Obviously, it's up to me now to restore your trust, and I'll do my best, show commitment every day on the training ground and in the games, trying to make sure that we win games. And also, to the manager, I apologize, and also to my teammates and the board, because, I think it was not the right moment also. And, I want to move on forward from this and make sure that we start winning football games and that I perform for the team in the best manner.
So, I mean, it was an unauthorised interview, Trevor. We know that. The club didn't know anything about it. I
like that. He's had an unauthorised interview. He's had a chat with a broadcaster without being given permission. I quite like that.
You like it?
I quite like it.
Why do you like it?
Because I think sometimes when you playing for a football club, they try and control everything. And sometimes if you go and have a chat and get things off you, they can't control you when you're away with your international team. And I think when things like that happen, I quite like to listen to players.
I thought you called it disrespectful last week.
I think what he said is disrespectful, for sure. I think he's let everyone down at the football club. I think I don't think it was meant to be that way, because I said I was at the Villa game last week, and when he came on, he changed the game. But even before that, I watched him in the warm-up, and he looked very happy. He was laughing, he was joking, he seemed like, he's enjoying life, living the best life. So it was a massive surprise for me to see this and hear this interview. But I think it was more of a love letter, or he was trying to say goodbye and that he has a massive affection for Inter rather than have a go at Chelsea.
But the thing is, he can do any interview he wants at any time he wants. He doesn't need Chelsea's permission. He just can't bring Chelsea into it.
No, exactly.
He can't bring his contractual position with Chelsea into the fore. So he can talk to whomsoever he wants about whatever he wants, as long as it doesn't bring his contractual obligations into disrepute. So when we talk about unauthorised interviews, it's only the content that people are concerned about. He can say, I love Milan, and at some point I hope to go back to them.
Absolutely.
Right? But he can't say... What he can't say is don't like the way the manager's picking the team.
Agree.
It's outrageous.
I know. That's what. Listen, and I think when you said earlier that Tuchel's dealt with it well, I think he has dealt with it well, because I think he's taken the sting out of it. He's moved him away from the squad. Got on with the big game against Liverpool. I thought they played very well. I thought they were unfortunate not to win that game. And if Liverpool's front three weren't as good as they are, I think they would have swept Liverpool away. But they are, and that's what Liverpool have got. I think the midfield area, they bossed it. Then he's gone to deal with it. He's had a grown-up conversation with Lukaku. Yeah. He's told Lukaku in no uncertain terms.
I actually personally think it was pretty easy for Tuchel to clear up the mess.
Of course it was, because he's kept his principles intact.
I think it was a straightforward set. If Tuchel can't clear that up, then he shouldn't be there, in my opinion. But he did clear it up extremely effectively and extremely quickly. And he spoke about it himself afterwards. This is how it all finished as far as he sees it.
He's an emotional guy. He does not hold back with his opinion. So also credit to that. And sometimes he carries his heart on his tongue. And it's like this. And we should not just blame him and just point on the negative side of it. We have to adapt now to the situation, and it created some noise that you normally absolutely don't want. And this is clearly understood. But there are zero doubts in his commitment and to the team and to the club.
Sure, and we appreciate that, Simon. Tuchel saying he's got zero doubt about his commitment to the club, Lukaku's commitment to the club. Yeah. Well, that was never really in doubt. But I think the situation here is Romelu Happy New Year to you. Thanks for nothing. Don't open your fat trap again unless you think first.
I think that's right. Absolutely. I do think you can question his commitment to the club, because what you have to do when you're a player for a football club is every now and again do as you're told and accept adversity or things you don't like in the same spirit that you accept things you do like. Now, obviously, Romelu Lukaku is an exception to that in his mind in that interview. He doesn't have to accept what everybody else has to accept, which is every now and again the manager's will and way and desires are more prevalent than his. So he's had an opportunity to have his little view, and what he's got is his backside handed to him because he's standing in front of a TV camera having to apologise to anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And having to make sure that the scripting, which was probably approved by his agent, so it diminished him as little as it possibly could, was of the prerequisite amount to be able to appease everybody. But it's embarrassing for him.
It is.
This is a big, strong footballer. Footballers need a voice at the table, Martin.
Yeah.
Give him a voice at the table, and this is what you get.
Yeah.
Idiotic, ridiculous.
If there's a winner here,
outbursts.
Simon, the winner here is Sky Italia. They got the interview.
If there's a winner here,
and hats off to them for getting it.
I get that point. But that's if you think that's if you think how important the media is or isn't. The winner here is Tommy Tuchel, because he's been given ultimate authority by Roman Abramovich. So he's in the box seat. Abramovich has said to him, by all accounts, and from what we understand, you go deal with this. So he's dealt with it. He's marginalised the player. The team have responded. So he's made a point with Lukaku. Right? Lukaku's had to snivel on his feet now to get back into it. So the real winner, and Tommy Tuchel comes out of a difficult period with Chelsea where his team are way off form, looking like the manager that's got the zeitgeist for Chelsea on how to handle problem players. I think he's done well there, Tommy Tuchel.
He has done well in this situation.
Should Lukaku be fearful in any way about the reception he gets when he walks out on the pitch again?
100%. Yeah, I think the Chelsea fans will let him know. But this is not the only problem at Chelsea he's got. You look at Thomas Tuchel, obviously Ben Chilwell's out now for the season. Reece James has got an injury with his hamstring. Lukaku.
These are real problems.
These are real problems.
These are real
Christensen,
problems.
Rudiger. You look at the age of Silva and Azpilicueta. There's a lot of situations that Thomas Tuchel over the next 6 months has got to deal with. But in this situation, I think he's dealt with it superbly well. He stayed calm. He didn't get emotional. He's almost, I think he's been given the power by Roman to say, we will sit you in the subs bench there, or we'll sit you in the 23s for 5.5 years. Roman Abramovich is so wealthy, he could buy and sell him thousands of times over. So he's had to humble himself and accept he's had a stinker, and he needs to go humble himself, apologise, and get doing what the football club brought him to do, and that's to score goals and keep his mouth shut.
And to put it mildly, I think Lukaku needs to realise there isn't a Chelsea fan in the land that gives a damn what he thinks about Inter Milan. Who cares? You're ours now. Go out there and win that game.
Correct.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.